This is a Thunder Game Report.
Hi, I'm Randy Renner at Chesapeake Energy Arena, where the Thunder and the Sacramento Kings getting ready to tip things off. Thunder superstar Kevin Durant coming off that career night the other night against Golden State with 54 points. Durant has now scored at least 35 in 3 straight games and at least 30 in 6. And during that 6-game stretch, he has also had a couple of games where he scored 48 points. Durant is the only player in the NBA this year with those high of scoring games. Sacramento comes in tonight on a little bit of a roll. They've won 4 out of their last 6. That's the best stretch they've had all season long. DeMarcus Cousins, their outstanding center, has put together 13 straight double-doubles. However, he's not had a double-double against the Thunder in the last 8 games, and the Kings have never won here at Chesapeake Energy Arena against the Thunder. We had a chance to talk to Thunder head coach Scotty Brooks a few minutes ago in the back hallway, and here's the coach.
Coach, can you just describe, I know, just the team's overall defense that you've noticed the last 2 games? Obviously, you give up 121 points the last game. Probably not where you want.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that we talk about and we understand that we have to play much better. But also, when you're playing against some of the best offensive teams, they're leading the league in offense because they have a lot of good offensive players. And if you play against teams that don't score a lot, very rarely are they going to have big nights against us. Houston's hard to guard, and Golden State's hard to guard. We understand that you have to be on point every possession, all players. And we strive to do that every game. There's some moments that are not good, but for overall, I'm happy with what we do defensively. But with that being said, we still want to challenge ourselves to get better and continue to find ways that we can improve against some of the best offensive teams in the West.
What has to be the focus defensively with the Kings? I think they've scored like 100 points a night in the last 20 months.
Yeah, I mean, just normal part, just the offense goes with the defense. We have to take a good shot. And with that offense, you can't turn the ball over because that allows bad transition defense. That allows the floor unbalance and allows them numbers on the break. So good offense leads to better defense. So we have to stop the ball in transition. Isaiah has been a guy that has big games against us, and a lot of times they're big in the last quarter. So we're just going to have to do a good job of staying in front of him. He's as quick as they come. He's offensive-minded, and he has a big heart. I don't think he realizes he's only 5'9". He goes in there and shoots over big guys like he's a big guy. And then their offensive rebounds could be a problem for us. And then Cousins, obviously, he's one of the best bigs at 23 and 12 a game. And he can make jump shots. He seems like a decent 73% free throw shooter. So there's a lot of things that we have to stop tonight. We're not looking at their record, but their record's a little skewed after the trade. They're obviously a much better team.
What has Rudy done for them? Like you said there, what's he brought?
Well, he shot-making ability. I think he has big shots in him. He's had big game-winning shots, and he probably brings the offensive confidence to the team. It gives them another offensive player. They have a good point guard. They have a good big. Now they have a good wing. So they have some flexibility on how they play and how they have rotations in their lineup. But I think they have some pretty good players. Even their bench is coming along.
From an outside perspective, what do you see as different about DeMarcus Cousins' game now versus maybe in the past?
Well, he's been around a few years now, so I think he understands what he has to do as a professional because he's the franchise player and he has to be looked upon as a leader, not only from the outside, but more importantly from your teammates. And if you don't have that, what do you have? He's a good player. He can score down low. He has great hands. He's like a tight end out there. Never misses anything thrown to him. And he has good moves, good footwork, and he makes his outside shot, and he gets to the free throw line, makes enough of those. I think he takes 9 free throws a game, right around there. So he's really improved, but I think that comes with him understanding what he has to do as a professional basketball player.
Kevin repeatedly went to that right wing in the fourth quarter the other night. He told us after the game that used to be like his trouble spot. Does it kind of amaze you that we would have never noticed or known that he had a trouble spot on the floor? Does it kind of amaze you that he would go put in the work on that specific of a situation?
So you bought what he told you then, huh?
I guess.
I mean, he's a phenomenal basketball player, and I like saying basketball player because he's two-way player. You could talk about all the great things he does offensively, and we all should, and he's improved in that area every year, but his defense, his leadership is what really makes us a good team. And with Russell out, the points are obviously going to increase. We're missing 21 points out of our lineup. There's a lot of talk about how he's scoring more, but he should score more. But what I like about it is his leadership and his defense. That has picked up also. And numbers, it's hard to put numbers on that. You can't unless you're around him every day and see what he does and see how he talks to the guys and how he approaches the game. But the right side, I don't know. He's pretty good all over the floor, and that's what makes him hard to guard. And we set screens and put him in positions where he's all over the floor, so teams can't lock in on one area. That night, he was hot in the right side and right wing. But the good thing about it, we can put him on the left, right, the mid post, deep post, out front, and he can make a play. He makes plays.
What do you hope Steven is learning after the last couple of games just as far as fouls? I mean, I know you like his toughness, but is there maybe some areas where he needs to clean things up?
Well, I tell him, don't worry about your fouls. Play the brand of basketball we need you to play. Tough, physical, protector of the paint and rim. No question, try to do that without fouling, because the foul is a mistake. But you can't worry about fouling. You just got to, play without fouling. It's hard to do for a lot of the bigs that are young in this league, but he will, as we go along together, we will figure out ways how he can stay out of it. But I don't tell him, let's try to get 12 minutes tonight before you foul out, and then build it up to 13. Play aggressive, keep working, keep doing the things that we're asking, and that stuff will improve as time goes on.
I know a lot of it might be because of Russ, but you guys were playing some of the best basketball in the league around Christmas time, and he goes out, struggle a little bit, and you seem to have gotten a lot of momentum even in the last two games. 24-plus hours, you guys have played two really good games. Does it feel like you're on a roller coaster, and how do you sort of try to even things out?
Well, I don't feel like we're on. If you judge your performance and from game to game, this could be a roller coaster ride for all the teams in this league. But if you're steady every game and focus on what we do and try to do it as best as we can every day, the ride is not as a roller coaster as people make it out to be. We want to win every game, there's no question. And it hurts us when we lose games, but we don't tell the world how well we're playing when we're on a 10-game winning streak. We're always the same. We approach this game like we were playing against a team that has the best record in the West. So it's I think it's to our advantage to always have that mindset, so don't have to go on a roller coaster ride.
How is Russell doing?
He's doing great. He's doing great. He's a big part of our team right now. As you see him during games, he's up cheering, supporting, encouraging, getting on guys, talking in the huddle, trying to call out plays through me a little too much. But other than that, he's been great. I don't want him to be the coach right now, but when he's back, he's definitely the coach on the floor. He's been great, you know, as good as you can possibly be. He obviously wants to be out there like all the players that are hurt in this league, but he's really been very supportive of his teammates. Great teammate.
Coach, in what other ways has the team matured recently since Russ has been out, especially Jackson and Lamb?
Well, it's given them great opportunities to continue to grow and to deal with the pressures and the stresses of the league. And sometimes when you're winning, you don't feel it as much, but you still have to understand that how are we winning? What makes us successful? And then it also, so when you're losing, you feel it more, but you still have to be able to improve when you win and with the wins and the losses. And I think they've done a great job. You know, it's Jeremy, I'm really proud of the way he has played. You know, he hasn't shot the ball well in an X number of games, but he's still working. He's still putting the time in. He's not feeling sorry for himself. He wants to get better, and he knows that we rely on his growth, on his improvement, and he's taking the challenge and embracing it and doing well and flourishing in it.
Scott Brooks, a few minutes before the game. Check back with us. Of course, we'll be here for post-game reaction as well, so keep clicking back at ThunderGameReport.com.